Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nerd Ledger. I'm Kaje. That's Chair. We're here for the second time because my computer is a piece of shit, and I had to restart, and I had to redo all this shit. So now we're here. Now we're going to talk about some nerd stuff. Okay, guys. Disney Plus, Marvel Cinematic Universe
Wait,
stuff.
is everything from like the first 10 minutes gone forever? Is that what you're telling me?
It's just a pain in the ass to do anything with it. Because then I'd have to
Okay.
export it onto a flash drive and put it on a different computer with a editing software, so then I can merge it with something else, and it's just annoying. So you know what? Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
We're doing it live. Yeah, we're doing it live. You're right. We got to do it live
You
all
know,
the time,
it
as
is
they say.
it is what it is, as they say. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, Marvel released like this sizzle reel thingamabob, a sizzle reel. You know what? I'm not gonna jump around like I was doing in the one that you guys aren't gonna hear. I'm just gonna read straight from the article. Marvel reveals release dates and first footage for its 2025 TV lineup and confirms Deadpool and Wolverine will debut on Disney Plus in November. Marvel has seemingly confirmed when Deadpool and Wolverine will arrive on Disney Plus and unveiled its full TV show lineup for late 2024 and all of 2025, as reported by numerous outlets, including I Don't Care, a new Marvel trailer which leaked online. I don't care because I saw it when it actually was released, not the leak. Anyway, it arrived officially before Agatha All Along's final episode, and that's when I watched it. Revealed the comic book giant's entire TV slate for the next 14 months. The teaser also confirms when Deadpool and Wolverine will make its Disney Plus debut, Tuesday, November 12th. The sizzle reel leak comes less than 24 hours. I don't care about your reporting. I just want to know the information. Anyway, What If Season 3 will launch before the end of 2024. It will make its Disney Plus bow on December 22nd. Also, more stuff. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Go ahead, talk about the Spectacular Spider-Man. Go ahead, you're going to say the thing.
Oh, yeah, there was so Marvel has not made good cartoons like DC has. DC has put out done nothing but since the early 2000s put out like amazing cartoonage, and Marvel has really fallen flat on that. But they also made up for it in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But Spider-Man is one of those cartoons that rises above. They always maintained popularity through the 90s and the 80s and some such. Um, and then we had the Amazing Spider-Man, and then we had Spidey and Friends. And in the early 2000s, another Spider-Man cartoon came out in Disney, and that was really popular. And that's like, how my little cousins, a lot of my little cousins know a lot about Spider-Man because they watch those movies. So, yeah, those are the only good, because again, like a lot of the Marvel like cartoons that came out straight to DVD really seemed like that they were made for like 10-year-olds. Like the vast majority of them, like a lot of the Avengers stuff and a lot of the Captain America stuff.
Oh yeah, but that was more a symptom of like that MCU startup thing, and then they launched like all these TV shows or whatever.
Well, that was until Disney Plus, though, right? Like that's the thing. Like Disney Plus had to come around for like the Writers Coalesce, and DC's been like, I grew up with Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, which were like every episode was a fucking treat visually, and they were really intense stories. Like Hawkgirl killing Solomon Grundy was like really intense. Everything with Amazo was really intense. And that first episode where you learn about the Martian Manhunter and they're fighting those Martians that are coming to liquefy the fucking Earth, like why couldn't we get that? Why did Superman need to fight other super people? Why couldn't we just have generic aliens from Planet X trying to liquefy the Earth and they got to team up and stop them? Please. So because I can't get anything that I ever want.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I believe this Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man thing was originally supposed to be Spider-Man freshman year, but now it's this. That comes out January 29th. Daredevil Born Again, March 4th. Ironheart, June 24th, which Daredevil Born Again and Ironheart are both live action. Ironheart, of course, is Riri Williams from the... well, she's from comics, but she was in Wakanda Forever. Black Panther 2, whatever movie that was. She was in there. Eyes of Wakanda, which is a animated show, comes out August 6th. And then we have Marvel Zombies, which is a spin-off of the What If show that comes out in October next year, and Wonder Man, which is also live action, starring Yahya Abdul Mateen II, and also Ben Kingsley, who they're still milking that whole he wasn't really the Mandarin, he was an actor called Trevor thing.
Yeah.
So he because Wonder Man, the person who will be Wonder Man is like a show within a show. So it's Wonder Man, and the character is trying to play.
It's kind of like Deadpool, where it's kind of like more meta-y, sort of like fourth wall breaking.
No, it's like um, the main character is an actor who is auditioning for the role of Wonder Man within the show Wonder Man. And so he's on the set of Wonder Man, the show being made within the show, and Ben Kingsley, who plays Trevor, is also an actor, and he's on the same show. Anyway, that's what it appears to be. It comes out in December next year. Notably missing from this slate is X-Men 97 Season 2, so I'm guessing we're not getting that next year because they got to redo the whole thing because of the whole drama.
Yeah, they're fighting, right?
Yeah.
A bunch of
Yeah, all the drama. If you're not familiar with the drama, there's episodes that you can go listen to where I talk about Bo DeMeo and the Disney drama. So
and the drama, endless drama.
Yeah. Anyway, so Agatha All Along has wrapped up. I have watched it all, and you have watched a third of it.
Yes, 1/3 because I'm lazy and uninspired, and also like I don't know, like I've been having trouble lately watching shows because I've been playing this game called Satisfactory, and it's like just really addicting, right? Where you're just building this giant factory, and there's combat too, and also the world is sort of structured like a old school like PlayStation 2 collectathon game, where you just go through the world and collect a bunch of shit, and those things that you collect actually like tie back in your factory, right? You can pick up these orbs that like let you like you can pick up these things called Summers loops that let you like double the production of a specific machine's pumping out something. It's just like I really enjoy it. Like it really helps my mental HP bar, which has been really low lately. So
Yeah, I think the problem with me in video games is that people always say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, and I just want to get where I'm going.
Well, Satisfactory is kind of both, like you're building towards an end goal, but you can also build things to make your life easier, or you could just straight through with project parts and like have a super. Because I like making like factories, right? They have like walls and floors and windows and roofs you can install and like conveyor belts, and you have different floors of your factory, and they have lights you can put up everywhere. And I like building like a nice factory, and I like making sure my wiring looks nice and like doing all that kind of shit,
Yeah, that's
so
a lot.
Yeah,
I just want to get to the
I'm
end.
Yeah, I'm making a lot of extra steps. I'm sure our factories would look a lot different. Yours would be some just giant mess sprawling out to the entire zone of different machines, like just no outside walls at all, just machines. That's how a friend of mine plays the game, like just machines like sitting outside, like conveyor belts going everywhere, like it's just a fucking mess. And I have my nice little neat organized factories that I have like all organized and neat. Yeah, but I'm playing that a lot, and then that's been cutting into my sleep. I'm also starting a new medication to stop me from being fucking crazy. That really conks me out at night too. So like I try to take it at like 10 o'clock because if I take it too late, I'll wake up like hella tired at like 10 a.m. So like I get out of the shower and
Does it work?
Yeah, it really. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Does it make you drowsy?
It does. Makes
Is
it
it
very
trazodone?
Drowsy. No, it's Seroquel.
Oh.
It's an antipsychotic. Great.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. Well, there you go. Now you know. So then, you fucking. So it really conks me out though. Like it really fucking takes me offline like about an hour and a half after I pop the pill. Right. Like I just need to go. I need to go to bed. Like there's no other option. Like I need to go to sleep or I'm gonna like face plant on my fucking keyboard. Like I can barely walk straight when I really fight the pill super hard. Like I like stumble into my bed.
So it forces you to to not stay up all night.
Yeah, not stay up till 3 a.m. playing a factory game.
Yeah.
So it's that's been happening too. So that's really been impacting my nights. Like so, I need to have more organized nights. But the problem is I want to build my factory super bad. So I'm like, Yeah, so now I just sacked up and logged into Disney Plus to make sure that I can watch the show while I'm building the factory at late night, and that's like probably gonna be my new nights from now on. Like
Yeah.
this is weird though because for the longest time, one of the greatest dreams I ever had in my entire life was having just a TV in front of my bed that I could play video games on. Right now I have that. Like I just want to play on my computer all the time. So that's been a
So
thing
your
that I've been
dream
dealing with.
came true.
Yeah, my dream came true. Now I don't know what else to do with myself.
Wow.
Pretty low dream, I just wanted a TV in front of my bed to play video games.
Well, small steps. Small steps
Yeah,
to
small
greater
steps.
things.
Yeah,
So,
I gotta play on it more, but it's just, again, this factory game is just really addicting, and like the organization, the game, like you need to stay organized. Like it gets really complicated. This game, right? It gets really, really complicated. So I'm trying really like it helps me stay focused and like do it the day to day, and it keeps my thoughts organized too. Like when I'm at the shelter and like I'm scooping up pieces of dog shit that have been marinating in piss all night. I just want to think about something else, and like I don't want to think about how sad it is. The shelter's just way too crowded, and they have to make really extreme choices every single day now, and it really fucking sucks. And if you work in animal
yeah.
rescue, God bless you. All the shelters are full everywhere. All the rescues are full. It is not a good time to be a big dog in this country. That's all I'm going to say, and I'll leave it at that because I don't want to get it too dark.
Yeah.
Um,
That's true.
but it's just I just really love playing the Satisfactory game because I think about it like when I'm at the shelter. Think about
Yeah.
what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do to my factory when I get home. Like right now I'm working on my turbo fuel plant, which is not a required resource at all, but it's really cool because it's turbo fuel and they can build turbo ammo, and it's like just really fun stuff. So you gotta take coal and you gotta mix it with sulfur to make compacted coal, and then you need to load that into a refinery that's being power pumped with fuel, and then you do that and you use that you mix them together and you make turbo fuel. And yeah, it's a really complicated process because sulfur, coal, and oil are all spread out all over the map. You got to bring all three of them together, and then you got to put them into these machines at a reasonable rate where they can maintain maximum efficiency and to get your end product. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, tacos. I'll let you gap now. I'll be right back.
Oh, I don't know if I have much to yap about.
Well, I gotta get dinner because I'm hella hungry. So
Okay. I'm also quite hungry, but I can't eat because I have to cook. I have to cook and I have to. Yeah. So it's a long process.
It is a process.
Yeah, I woke up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym because I had late meetings today. So then I went to work at like 6:30, and I got home like at 4:30, and then now we're here. So anyway, Agatha All Along. So Chair hasn't watched it all, but he watched 3 episodes, and I think we have a little bit different opinions so far from where he is. And I don't know. I don't think when I was at episode 3 or when I finished episode 3, I was in the same spot. Like I think I thoroughly enjoyed the show already. And then it gets better. So I'll need him to remind me exactly what happens in episode 3.
So in episode 3, maybe you'll hear me spreading cheese on my taco.
Mm-hmm.
And episode 3 is when they're stuck in this like weird suburban house. They just got onto the road and they're walking it, right?
Right, the first house.
Yeah, the first house, right? And I'm sure you're loving this because like I think you mentioned before that like the Witch's Road is really deep lore, like in the Marvel universe.
No, it's a Salem 7. That's really deep lore.
Okay, well.
The Witch's Road. You'll get there.
Yeah, I'll get there, but sure.
Yeah.
But they're at the first house and like they're just solving puzzles and stuff, and I was really bored by that. Maybe you got some more value out of it than maybe were you watching with your wife or something?
Yeah.
Like I just watch them like solving dumb little riddles like in a house. I don't know. Like I get it. I understand why that was going on, but also at the same time, like I get bored by things like that. So I'm just
a lot of the little things that are here will all tie into everything else that's gonna happen. So
good. I can't wait.
Yeah, but I guess a non-spoilery kind of perspective on this is, I think Marvel has a really good track record of taking properties and characters that nobody really cares about and making good products with them. And Agatha is just the latest in the line of those things, and it's not just Marvel. I mean, other companies do it too. I mean, I haven't watched it.
DC did with Doom. That's what DC did with Doom Patrol. You know, like they just took a bunch of
Well,
nobodies.
there's that. Peacemaker as well.
Yeah, that's true.
You didn't really like Peacemaker that much, I think, but
No, I didn't. I didn't stay very, very pulled in.
But something neither of us have watched yet, but apparently is one of the best things out on television in many years, is the Penguin.
The Penguin, yes. A lot of people are talking about the Penguin.
And people can say, the Penguin is a popular character, and people love the Penguin, blah, blah, blah. People, when it comes to Batman, people know the Penguin. I wouldn't say the Penguin is this beloved character that everybody wants to see get his own solo spin-off show.
He's no Joker. There's no doubt about that. He's definitely not the Joker.
Right.
People like Joker because he's just like nameless chaos. It's easy to
You never saw people saying Penguin needs his own spin-off show without Batman in it, right? But he got one, and apparently it's very good. But Marvel's been doing it for years. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, nobody cared about those characters before James Gunn made the first film, and it was very, very good. And now they're staples. Everybody knows who they are. Everybody knows a lot about them, and it's popularized. And even what launched the MCU, people might have some revisionist history in their mind saying, I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. Before they made Iron Man 1, nobody cared about Iron Man. That's the truth. Before they made Iron Man 1, he was known as just the least interesting member of the Avengers. Okay, they made a very successful franchise built off the back of a not so popular character. And I think Agatha is the latest in a long line of who asked for this, and then you watch it and you go, wow. and I don't know if that's a result of because they're less popular characters and less popular IPs that Disney goes, yeah, you can make it, I'll greenlight it, I don't give a shit, do whatever you want. And then they do whatever they want, it turns out really good. Whereas maybe more popular characters or things that there's more on the line with, they go, no, we want more of the creative control. We're going to tell you what you can and can't do with them. And that will ultimately, make a story worse. I don't know what it is, but I do know that there's a good track record with characters that people tend to care less about or not know very well before it's made into a movie or TV show. And I think the storytelling in Agatha is very well done from beginning to end.
Like episode 2, I loved episode 2 when she was recruiting the other witches and everything. But
yeah,
one thing I really enjoyed was at the end when they sang the song. Like, I thought that was a really great scene. I just really love the power of the human voice and how distinct voices can be when singing in unison to build certain things, and how certain words can just be like
without spoilers.
Used in certain ways.
Without spoilers, I'll tell you. By the end of the show, you'll understand the origin of the song, the origin of the Witch's Road, the entire motivation behind gathering the coven, and everything you need to know about Teen. That's what you know him as right now, right? Teen. You don't know who he is yet, right?
No.
Okay.
I think I've been spoiled, but I'll save that for myself until after the end. I'm pretty sure I've been spoiled, so no, let's not focus on me being spoiled. Let's just work on what's there.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Like episode 3 is like if you're not that interested or super interested yet, like okay, what are all these characters? They're running around the house. They're solving these tasks. They're trying to find these things to make the spell to get unpoisoned by the wine, or whatever, and the different things that they're finding in the house are like tell you more about the character. So it's a little bit of character development as well. At least if I remember correctly, it is, because didn't they see things? Weren't they seeing certain things?
Yeah, well, they were seeing the 6 ladies were there, like the mysterious ladies at the end of episode 2 were there.
The Salem 7?
Yeah, at episode 2 there was a group of ladies there, in robes and shit like that, and they were being all witchy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's why they ran as the Witch's Road.
Yeah, the Salem 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before that, when they're in the house, aren't they didn't they like split up and like there's different like they're seeing different things or whatever?
Oh, yeah. You're talking about deeper. You're talking about episode 3. Sorry, I thought we were
Yeah.
still on episode 2. No, no, yeah. In episode 3, yeah, they all see different like fucked up things, or like get challenged by like their past or whatever, and like some previously unaddressed trauma, and they're building up the plot of Agatha's like
Yeah.
story. Oh, she sold her kid for power, and she actually feels bad about it, or maybe she doesn't. We don't know because she's a bitch.
Oh yeah.
So
No, if you think that's what happened, then you'll be surprised.
Well, I don't know what happened. I know that's the thing about being a storyteller. I actively don't know what they're gonna like spring on me, but we'll
Yeah.
just see what happens, right? That's the famous one-liner for the show. The one-liner we do have is like, just wait and see what happens. And I'm down
Yeah.
to say, wait and see what happens. I'm bound to be impressed, but again, like just them like just going through like this house, like starting off with like a little riddle and then needing to mix like the correct potions and do the correct things, like that was just to me a little bit boring. But that's because I don't know, like I've just read a lot of books and stuff like that, so I've seen stuff in this like this before. So we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. Trials. The trials.
Yeah. Like let's I tune out for certain scenes and I tune back in for other things. That's just how it be.
That's just how it be.
I tune out for the good. I tune out for the bad stuff and tune in for the good stuff. Like the song really stood out for me. It's hard not to pay attention to when they were singing in episode 2, right? Because it's just a really powerful scene.
Yeah.
And episode 3 again. It's just a lot of it. Sure, there was some interesting plot points like presented and stuff like that, but it was still them like basically like a team building exercise, but evil witch riddles and shit. And like, oh, they've all got unaddressed trauma in their lives, and the road is challenging them, and like all this kind of stuff. And yeah, the one lady who isn't a witch is probably the most powerful witch of them all, or whatever the fuck.
Wait,
or she's dead. That's right.
Yeah.
She's dead.
She died at
That's
the end
right.
of this
She died
episode.
in this episode. I forgot about that. Maybe
Yeah.
she comes back alive. They raise her as a zombie.
When people this isn't really a spoiler because it's already been reported to, like even before the showrunner came out and said it. When people die in this show, they're dead.
Oh, okay, well,
Like,
she's dead.
It's final. Yeah.
Well, sucks to be her.
Which is funny because when she first appeared, right, her name is Sharon Hart, and everybody's like, "Oh, maybe she's actually like Blackheart, like from comics, the witch Blackheart. Oh my god, guys!" And then she's just dead. I'm like, well, I guess you guys are all wrong. So, yeah. And you know who Aubrey Plaza is yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, you'll find out. You'll find out all the things, and I think you'll enjoy it overall.
Yep.
So, I have some box office news.
Yeah.
Apparently, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania did make a small profit.
Good. Like after the fact, or like when it was actually in box office, or like is it because of DVD?
In theaters, yeah.
Oh, in
like
theaters?
It actually made I think the report said an ant-sized profit. So
It wasn't bad, but it just also wasn't like it wasn't like super entertaining or anything like that.
Yeah, and then Venom 3, while it performed awfully in domestically, it performed very well internationally. So I believe it did already make its money back based on its budget, because the budget was like 200 million or something, and I think it made like 180 million overseas. But not doing too well in America. But
I think American audiences are getting burnt out of this shit.
well, it's just it's so expensive to go see a movie that you're much more particular like with what you go see now, right? Like obviously Deadpool and Wolverine is this massive thing, so people are going to go out in droves to see it. Venom 3, I mean Venom 2 wasn't very good, so okay. And then Joker 2, I mean if you didn't see it opening weekend, you're not going to go see it because immediately all the press was, wow, this is fucking awful, and then everybody else says the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just the press. Like, it was people that I know. Like, they're like, dude, it was bad, dude. Like, it was fucking straight up. Like, I don't want to go see it. Like, I don't want to see it unless it's streaming. Like, unless it's easily accessible on HBO. That's like where the point I'm at now too. Because I don't want fucking time to waste to go see fucking bad movies. I don't have money to spend.
Exactly.
So that's just how it is. Like, it's really make it or break it right now for Hollywood, because like if you're gonna put out something bad and the rumor gets out that it's bad before like hundreds of millions of people have seen it, it's probably not gonna do well, because we're like, I don't want to go see a bad movie. I don't have fucking money to burn. I got like 3 kids I got to take with me. You know, they would
Yeah.
go see things like the Good Robot, which the Wild Robot or whatever, which is apparently making people like cry their fucking eyes out and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like the new DreamWorks movie, like it's like, and it's made like a shitload of money.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Doing
so
well.
yep.
Yeah.
It's been
On
it's
that
very
point,
emotional. It makes
oh,
me cry a lot. So,
one of my friends, it was his birthday on Sunday, so I was like, oh, I'll take you
mm,
out or whatever, like I'll take you to go get food or
mm,
something, right? And like, he had his kids that day, so he had to, he's like, is it okay if I bring my kids? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. He's got two little kids, and so he
yep.
went. Bro, kids are so expensive.
Yeah, they are, man.
I'm telling you,
They
like normally for like 2 people, it would be like $50 to $60, and for us plus kids, it was like 120 plus the tip, so it was like $150.
Yep.
I was like, holy
Yeah,
shit!
you're not wrong.
Like I
You know, having
3x'd my spend.
that's like it's like a serious problem in this country, like just in general. You know, like why it's really expensive to have kids, and like kids are the foundational building block of the next generation.
I had to come.
So,
I
like,
came home and I had to reiterate to my wife, I still don't want kids. And she's like, yeah. She's like, sometimes I think about it and I like the idea, but then I think about like everything else, and I'm like, no. So yeah.
yeah, well,
Jesus. Yeah. Kids are expensive. So especially going to the movies, like if you can't find a babysitter, and you have to bring your kids, you're just not gonna go. Like also like as adults, we're busy people, most of us. Like sometimes it's hard to even find the time to commit to that kind of thing. Like it's it's a commitment to go to a movie theater. So
yeah,
financially and chronologically. Time
chronological,
yeah, chronological and
chronomancy or
yeah,
whatever. Chronos,
chronos.
the titan of time.
Yeah, I went to a Halloween party too.
His children.
I went to a Halloween party, and my friend was dressed in a white suit, and and he has a beard, like kind of like a full beard, and he has like kind of like a mullet haircut. But he had like this red paint by his eye, and like I was like, this guy doesn't know who Kratos is, but he looks like Kratos. And I asked him, "Are you Kratos?" And he said, "Who? I'm Scarface." And I was like, "Oh, well, how was I supposed to know he's Scarface?" I'm like, yeah, he has a scar on his face, but so does Kratos. You know who else has that same scar? Anakin Skywalker.
Yep.
So, have you ever seen Scarface?
A long time ago.
I've never seen it. Am I missing out on like Americana pop culture or something? Is that like something that like is required watching?
No, I think you'd only be missing out on Americana culture, like The Godfather, if you didn't see The Godfather.
Never seen that.
It's a pretty good movie. I think you would enjoy it.
You can list so many classics, and I bet I've never seen any of them.
Well, you should watch them, dude. I'm telling you, like I did this once in my life, and I do not regret it. Or I just took the time to sit down like on a weekend and just watch a bunch of classic movies back to back to back, and it was actually, some of them were actually I was surprised by how good they were.
All right. Well, I guess I'll have to get like a list of classics and just start watching them.
Yeah, dude. I think you would like Lawrence of Arabia. I think you would really enjoy that movie a lot. I think you would see where
Wasn't that a book?
No, it's a movie. It's a movie called Lawrence of Arabia. I think it really inspired Peter Jackson's like cinematography for Lord of the Rings. A lot of the shots, like they just jerked off the desert for half the movie, right? And how fucking cool it can be, right? How cool, like, the Middle East can like really look like naturally, like the natural beauty of the earth. A lot of that movie was just that. There were also some cool set pieces where like they derailed the train, and like they actually derailed the train, like a real train. So that was pretty cool to see. And the acting is just really good. So
okay, I think the classics I've seen are like Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Star Wars, of course, because it's a nerd movie. If it's a nerd movie, I've probably seen it. I've never seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Did you ever see Aliens? Any of the Alien movies?
No, never seen any of the
You
Alien movies.
you would love Aliens. I don't think you would like the scary. Do you like scary movies at all? Is that your thing or
I don't
no?
really watch scary movies. No.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know? Okay. Do you not watch them because you don't have the time, or do you not watch them because you don't want to watch scary movies?
Uh, I just don't care to. I've seen some scary movies, and like they're not
Okay.
really that. Like I saw
I
the
think
first
you would.
Paranormal Activity. It wasn't really scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I really like the Paranormal Activity movies. I gave them a watch recently, and I really enjoyed the story that's told between the three of them. The weird movies,
Mm.
the movies after are all like the fucking like Paranormal Extended Universe. I actually think they're way better than The Conjuring. I really enjoyed Paranormal Activity much more than I enjoyed The Conjuring.
I never
But
seen that.
yeah, The Conjuring they just spend too long trying to get you to buy into the bullshit. Like it's just
Mm.
it's like based off of real events or whatever. So yeah, it's just
Well, they did that with Paranormal Activity too.
yeah, but Paranormal Activity is different. Like someone doesn't sit there and try to explain like what's going on to you, right? Except that, oh, there's something
No,
haunting this house, and that's it.
but
Like
they do
like
film it as if like they're just real people like filming their life.
no, Conjuring is like a movie. It's like a movie, like they're
Oh,
characters, like they're characters from real
well,
life,
but that's
and they're like
that's
so.
true of Paranormal Activity as well. They're
No,
still
no,
actors.
no, you know what I mean though, right? Like
Yeah,
like
they're
it's
not
different.
pretending it's like
And also
real.
Paranormal Activity is like it's the different movie videos in the house, right? It's different. Like it's not like
Yeah,
over the shoulder third person like movie. Like
right.
the Conjuring is like a movie.
But like
Paranormal
Cloverfield,
Activity is yeah.
I've never seen Cloverfield either.
Cloverfield's like this. It's in the genre. It's called found footage. That's what they call that
Yeah.
genre. Like it's footage that you recover from like a scene of a horror or a haunting or whatever the fuck. So that's that kind of genre. And I just think Paranormal Activity does a lot better job than The Conjuring of like displaying these things as they would occur because these are like about there's talking about demons and shit that our ancestors used to write about like oh they used to haunt our lives or whatever the fuck. And how we formed a covenant with God and banished them all from the earth or whatever the fuck. I don't know any about that. But I just
Okay.
think like how they describe how it's described is like it's terrifying. Some of the things that they wrote about like back in the day. So yeah, just saying. It's
All
good.
right.
It's a good place for movies to come from. That's what I'm saying.
So what scary movie were you gonna tell me to watch before all that? You're talking about
Scary
aliens, and
movie.
then you're saying something
Oh,
about a.
Alien. Yeah, watch Alien. The first Alien's pretty good. I think you would really enjoy it a
I've
lot.
seen the first Predator movie.
Yeah, if you did you like it?
It was fine.
Yeah, I think you would like the first Alien. You would love Aliens, the second one that comes after Alien,
Hmm.
and then you should watch Aliens 3 to see just how to fucking take a
So
franchise and throw it in the fucking dumpster, bro. Like just fucking slam dunk it into the dumpster,
I've
like
seen plenty of those
ruin
movies.
everything and piss all of your fans off all the time.
Pretty sure X-Men 3: The Last Stand did that too.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Not
Aliens
not
3
to
and
mention
Aliens.
that they sent a script to Holly Berry about for X-Men 3: The Last Stand to get her to sign on.
Mm,
That was more storm
different
centric, so she'd sign on, and then they threw it out.
and nice.
Yeah, and is actually the guy who directed the Watchmen, not the Watchmen, the guy who directed the Kingsman movies. He was supposed to direct, and he left the project because of that, and he told Halle Berry about it.
Hmm. Yep.
But yeah, his name is something Vaughn, Matthew
Yep.
Vaughn, something like that. Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, yeah. No, I haven't. Yeah, I've watched nerd movies, and that's about it, to be honest. Or, you know, and some movies with explicit content. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
As teenagers do when they're discovering themselves and movies on cable that may or may
Yeah.
not show them things they
But
want to see.
I would definitely take the time to watch some classics though if you haven't. Like really, absolutely. Like just top like 100 American movies or whatever. I wouldn't recommend actually the one that everyone recommends, which is
Blazing Saddles.
no, Citizen Kane. Blazing Saddles is fucking awesome. You guys should actually watch Blazing Saddles. But Citizen Kane is really hit or miss depending on who you are. I really personally enjoyed Citizen Kane. I would I think there are some people that would not enjoy it because of just a difference in like
Hmm.
like their personalities. So Citizen Kane is a really good movie though when you realize like that at the time that a lot of the shots that they were doing, a lot of the camera techniques they were using, they were just making up on the spot, just like then and there. You know,
Oh yeah.
that's like that's something that I think that really goes a long way too. If you watch the movie, you can see things like when the camera's panning in between like diners, like in a nightclub, and it's like going to a specific table, like the table's Like it seems like the camera's going over the table, but even though like the tables are actually like splitting apart as the camera passes through them, and like the actors are pulling the table back, and
Hmm.
it just it looks like the camera's like free flying, right? And
Yeah.
I'm sure like at the time in the 1940s when this movie came out, that was like mind-bogglingly
Yeah.
amazing.
Everything was like
Yeah.
handhelds and shit.
Yeah, yep. Everything was like hardcore, and it was just hard. It was hard to make movies like this, and they really did something amazing with Citizen Kane. I would absolutely recommend if you appreciate cinema or early cinematography, like just to know what they were doing with like with the technology at the time that makes it a really impressive movie, and I think that's why everyone always makes it like their number one movie of all time.
Hmm. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I also don't have 4 hours to watch Gone with the Wind, so.
Yeah, Gone with the Wind's really good. I'm not gonna lie, Gone with the Wind is really fucking good, dude. It's really, really good.
All
You can
right.
cut out the first hour and a half though, because it's all just weird shit. But after that, it's about a woman like just recovering her family's land after after a brutal war had destroyed the region,
Hmm.
and it's just really compelling stuff to watch all the time.
What about The Notebook? I've never watched that. Is that required watching?
No, it is
Good.
if you like romance movies.
There's nothing
I would.
romantic about that movie. I know what it's about.
All right, well,
Yeah,
I'll tell
it's a good way to teach people that it's okay to. Anyway, yeah,
you.
yeah.
What other movies are you on the fence about that I've probably seen? Anything else you can think
Um,
of off the top of your head that
not
you haven't
really.
watched?
No, like I mean, I
No.
like my the if you ask me like, oh, have you seen this movie? The answer is probably no, and like, for
Mm,
most movies, you know.
yeah.
So it is what it
I would
is.
really sit down and watch the Alien movies at least. I think you would really enjoy Alien and Aliens. I think you would love Aliens, the sequel. It is a really good movie, and I think you would just enjoy it like in general.
Is Sigourney Weaver also in that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep, yeah. It's like it's got the Colonial Marines and everything like that. It's just really good. It's really good stuff. Um,
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but
well, it's got action. It's like it's not a horror movie. Like the first movie was a horror movie, right? This movie is more like an action movie,
okay,
but it's got horror. It's an action movie with horror elements, and I don't know.
sure.
I think it's really
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Well, I think we've met a threshold of
good. Time.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go make dinner, and I hope everybody listening has enjoyed. Goodbye. We'll see you next time. Like, comment, rate, review, subscribe. Blah blah blah. Bye.